Good morning, good evening, good day, good afternoon to you all, and thank you so much again for watching. And I cannot stop thanking you for the support you are giving to the platform, right? In terms of subscriptions, in terms of comments, in terms of sharing, in terms of liking, even tapping the notification button, right? So thank you so much, and we have promised to good team. We will attend to the topics that you have been raising, and one of the topics, in fact, the topic we're doing today is one of the topics that we have suggested. Thank you for that. Even those that we have not yet uploaded, we are busy with them. Some have been recorded already, are actually being edited now as we speak. So thank you so much. We are actually attending to everything that you are saying, okay? Then to you that we have joined for the first time, welcome, 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 and welcome. And let me brief you a little bit as to what is this platform all about. This is Empowerment Center Communications with Tamba, right? And I'm your host, Tamba Nobatan. So this is the platform where we provide educational sessions on different matters, right? Different matters. Our program is divided into three. In fact, it's a career guidance growth and development program. It's a career guidance growth and development program, and it has got three segments. We are dealing with careers at a high school level, right? So helping those learners, right, to actually make good choices, or subject choices, all that. So we are doing careers per sector, like for instance, transport sector alone has got three subsectors, which means air transport, land transport, and ocean transport. So we go in there and get all the information about the careers that are there. Like for instance, air transport, we're looking at the aviation careers in aviation, things like pilot, cabin crew, flight attendants, even the technical side of it, like aircraft mechanics and all that. So we look at all those things, right, and come with that information, record videos. Then in each and every career now, we deal with the five things, the following things: one, description, the overview, what is it all about, that particular program. Two, entry requirements, right? In order to get there, what do you need to study at school? Do you have to be an artisan? Do you have to have a degree, a diploma, things like that? Then we go into the further training as to, after that, if you've got a diploma, what else can you do, right, to further that up? Then after that, we go to the employment as to, if you have this kind of career, where can you be employed? Because you'll find that some of the employments you can get employment in one department, or you can employment in different places. You can be employed in different places. So that's what we do. We also look at the roles and responsibilities, the duties of that particular post, as to when now you have to be employed, you have to work, what exactly are you going to be expected to do? We list them down. Then we also check the issues of the daily lives as to in the workspace, what exactly is happening. So that's what we do in this program. So that is element one. Element two, we're dealing with what is called job hunting and seeking process, right? Job hunting and seeking process. That's where now we're looking at those who are looking for jobs. It's either you have passed your matric or you have actually completed your tertiary institution. We assist you now on different elements of job seeking and application process. Like for instance, we deal with the issue of the, recruitment and shortlisting process in South Africa. We unpack that program as to how does it work so that you position yourself well. We look at the advert, how to read advert, 6 things that you need to get from the advert. We also look at the CV writing, the actual writing of application document, the CV, as well as the motivation letters. Then 4, we look at the interview preparation. Then we start with the questions as to dealing with the questions, looking at the rationale. Why are they asking this question? What are they expecting in terms of the answer? How can you respond to this particular question? So we deal all at the interview questions. Then we also look at the types of interviews, of course, virtual, physical, junior interviews, intermediate as well as senior interviews. We look at that. Then after that, we look at the vetting of the documents as well as the the role of social media in your application. So we close it there. Then we move to the third element of the program, which is called work preparation. Okay, work preparation we deal with the issues like contract. What you have to look at before you sign a contract, like for instance, 6 things that you need to look at in the contract. Then we look at the salary negotiations as to how do you negotiate for your salary, because not all the advertisement comes with a salary. So some you have to negotiate. So we deal with that as to how do you negotiate for your salary. Then we move then to other elements, of work, like for instance, what we are going to be doing today, the concept document, how to develop a concept document. We look at the submissions, how to write a submission, the minutes, how to write the minutes, meeting minutes. We're looking at the SOPs, standard operating procedures, as to how do you write that, SOPs, service level agreements, all those things. Work preparation program is made out of those things, so that at least when you apply, you get a job, you are able to start in a very good space. And these things, guys, they also prepare you for interviews. Like for instance, there's a question in the interviews which says, why should we hire you? So those are the things that you can capitalize on to say, at least I'm able to do A, B, C, D, which is in line with what you are doing in your area of work, right? So yeah, I'm sure now you've grasped as to exactly what are we doing. So please check us in the channel. Check us. You're gonna see the link below at the end of this video. You're gonna see the link below, but you can still also check Tamba, TAMBA, Nobathana, NOBATHANA, right, on YouTube. Then you're gonna get me there. So yes, so those are the things that we're doing today. Ladies and gentlemen, we are dealing with one of the very important things in the workplace, important documents in the workplace, which is called concept document. Okay, concept, especially those that are working for government and they are working from middle management to senior management. These are the documents these are the tools of trades. That's what we normally do in most cases. Okay, so the question is now, why are we doing this? Let's give the rationale as to why are we actually doing this thing, right? So we are doing this to capacitate people, right? Different types of people. Like for instance, you are an intern. We know that some of the people, right, have studied what we are talking about, but not everybody has studied what we are talking about. And now you'll find out people are not getting jobs, so they get internships in different departments. And when you are an intern, right, they place you wherever. It's not about what you have studied, actually. They place you wherever. Then you have to swim your way up and try to be relevant, because it's an internship. Okay, so we are assisting the interns to say, when you get there, these are the documents that you can make reference on and start to organize yourself around them. Because guys, in government, in some government departments, let me put it that way, in some government departments, when you join, there's no proper induction. So when they induct you, maybe they induct you after 5 months in the program. And even that induction is not of the tools of trade in as far as these documents are concerned. It's just about the, what is the thing? What is this thing? The leaves, the HR related matters. Yes, HR related matters. Like for instance, the leaves, the types of leaves, your days, working times, hours, and all those things. So not necessarily the program related matters. So that's why now we are dealing with these. You are in intern to people who are new. Like for instance, you have qualified, yes, you got the job, but you are new, at work. So when you are at school, right, you get theory of things and a little bit of practical to those who are lucky enough to get practical. But when you come exactly to the real world of work, things get different. Things, they get different, because now you are a qualified person. You come here, you're just given a task. Sometimes you're given a document, a project to implement, and they say you are a qualified person. So you have to work your way around trying to get the information. And unfortunately, and I'll repeat, unfortunately, in some of the government departments, you will find colleagues who are not really willing to share documents with you. So we are providing this information so that at least anytime you can zoom into this platform and get this information. Right? Wow, that was it. That was a long preamble. Okay, maybe you have switched from one position to another, or else you have switched from private sector to government. You have switched from NGO space to government. So the environment is totally different. So you have to catch up and equip yourself in a short space of time. So that's why we're providing this information. Of course, we have gotten a promotion, right? We are now a manager, kind of. So now we are expected to actually write these documents and make sure that they are written so well. Okay? Let's zoom to it now as to what is it? What is a concept document? A concept document, guys, and before I define it, just note that I am actually simplifying these things. I am not using the jargon that people won't understand. I'm trying to be to tone it down as much as possible so that it's easy to understand. Okay? So it's a document, it's a document, it's a summary, it's a document that summarizes what you want to do. Whether it's a project, is an activity, is a program, So it's a summary of what you want to do. Fortunately, with me, I've got these documents. So that I show you here and there. So let me simplify it further by saying, you know what? When your child comes to you and say, Tata Obama, I want to study mechatronics, and you are not aware of that, you will ask a number of questions. What is that? How does it work? Where is it? Where are you going to study? What are you going to do? Chances of employment and all that. Then the child will respond. That process, that child is presenting a concept document to you. Can you see? That learner is presenting a concept document to you, but let alone the fact that it's not written down. Okay? So even here, it's that kind of conversation, but you are having a conversation in a very formal way now with a piece of paper, and you are having it with your supervisor, right? So with your supervisor, it depends as to it's going to be your immediate supervisor only who's involved, or their supervisors, the hierarchy will be different from one person to another. So in a nutshell, a concept document is a document that summarizes the activity that you want to do. Yes. Let's zoom in. Let's get deeper. The elements as to, yes, we have actually defined now what are the elements of it. Okay? What are the elements of it? The elements of it, of course, in that document, number one will be a background. A background. Remember, guys, that you are not writing this document for you, for yourself. When you know what you want to do. You researched about it and all that, you are very much clear. But the next person, right, whom you are accounted to, right, is not aware of what you're talking about. So now you have to summarize and make sure that you present it in a way that is clear, so that at least they know what you're talking about, because the approvals, in most cases of these programs, lies with them. So these are the very critical issues in the writing of a concept note. Background. In background, what is a background? In background, guys, it's a problem statement. There is a problem. When you are implementing activity, there is a problem or program or what project. There is a problem that you want to address. There's a problem that you want to address. So now you have to give a background of that particular problem as to, in terms of background, this is what is happening in this problem. Okay? Because you are employed to come and solve the problems here. Okay? So now you are doing that, but you have to give a good background as to which will lead to why are you doing this. Okay? Then the background is always determined by the nature of the activity that you actually want to do. Is this activity an international problem, or is just a national problem, right? And how are you doing it? You do it the funnel shape, the one funnel shape. You start so, you zoom, right? I've got here two concept documents here. I'm not sure if it's going to be clear. Then if you can read here, it says TB information, education and communication material, that in brackets IEC review concept document. Yeah, what? So here, guys, I was actually, it's one of my activities that I've done. It's one of the activities that I've done where I am now. So one of the I was addressing a problem of e-learn to EIC material, TBIC material, where I am. So where the certain study indicated as to there's little or shortage of IC material knowledge about TB. So I had to beef up in as far as material is concerned. Now, on that note, guys, this is what happens, right? This one is a national program, right? Because IC material is not scarce internationally. It's actually scarce in South Africa, in as far as this program is concerned. So my background now had to start at the national level as to what is the status quo at the national level. Okay? Unlike this one, this one, guys, let me read it as well. It's a 2022, 2023, 2024 TB program activations. Yeah, what activations? Then I said TB check concept document, right? So this one, guys, right, is actually TB is an international program. Yeah, one, it's an international program and it's problematic internationally. Yeah, one. So it's different now, the approach that I had to use than the one I used, because that one I just started in South Africa. So in South Africa. Then this one I had to start it international, right? Just hear the opening statement. This is national one. I'll read it for you. The opening statement here, the South Africa. Let me read it for you. It says, in 2013, TB was identified as a common cause of death in South Africa. In 2013, TB was identified as a common cause of death in South Africa. That's the first line. Because I said this problem is South Africa, is local. Let me put it aside. Let me give you a line here now. So here in this other one, it says, I read, let me bring it to close. South Africa is one of the, South Africa, is one of the 30 high burden countries for tuberculosis, right? South Africa is a country. When we say it's one of the 30 high burden countries, which means it's an international problem. Can you see now the difference? As to that one is a local, this one is an international. So as the approach in bringing the background. And the background here, guys, is also going to have different paragraphs. Paragraph 1, like for instance, this one, international, will detail what is happening globally. As I've indicated, as to South Africa is one of the 30 high burden countries. Then I will take down international and come to national, right? As to nationally, what's happening? I've not yet reached the DBE. I'm still talking national general, right? I zoom into the second paragraph here, talks about the NSP, the National Strategic Plan. Not sure if you're gonna see it. Yes, it says the National Strategic Plan NSP 2020-2028 places an emphasis on providing innovative interventions. I'm still at the national, but I'm at the NSP, right? Which is National Strategic Plan. National Strategic Plan, guys, here country is not for the particular department. Then it in paragraph 2, country. Paragraph 3 now here is saying now, saying now I'm going to read it for you. I got obviously. In order to align to the national TB response, in 2017, the DPE, now I'm coming now to the DPE. Check the sequence. I said globally, South Africa is one of the 30 dependent countries globally. Then, right? According to the NSP, it plays in National Strategic Plan. It places an emphasis on this and that and that. Yabonba, it's national. Then I'm saying now, in response to, then DPE, which is the third paragraph now, because this is where I am. Yabo, a DPE as to DPE in response to this is doing this. It's still DPE general. I want a sky is going. It's still DPE general. Okay. Then paragraph 4. Show paragraph 4. The 2017. The 2017 survey on SACMEC revealed that grade 6. So which means now when we talk of grades, we're talking schools. So now we've moved from the level of TPE, we went down now to schools as to what's happening in schools. It's still the background, guys. Then city paragraph 5, a closing paragraph, background. It says, based on this profiled background, it is imperative that the TPE strengthens the sectoral response. TB activations are part of the TB program sector. So it now that TB is a program globally, right? We noted that. 2, in South Africa, NSP places an emphasis here, right? In TPE is strengthening its response by doing this, right? Then we go to school as to what is the magnitude of the problem in schools. That's where our problem was, as to shortage of knowledge levels. Knowledge levels were very low in as far as TP is concerned. Then closing paragraph of the background is saying, based on this profiled background, it is imperative now that TPE do this, and these activations are part of the intervention strategies that are going to be implemented in school. Everyone, that is the background. Everyone. Funnel shape, see bigger pants. Still good background. Let's take this one now, the national one. The national one. Same story, but the national one now it talks to South Africa. South Africa, GPE, schools. So which means now it has eliminated globally because it's a local program. Say guys. So I hope we are still together. Yes. So background. Then, after background, you move now to what is called discussion. Discussion, guys, is a solution overview. All what I've been doing above was outlining a problem. But it's a problem. Problem yethu is globally, i-affecta njani country, i-affecta njani TB as a sector, i-affecta njani isikolo. Which means when it's affecting the schools, it's affecting everyone in the school, your educators, your learners, and school support staff. Now, yes, you've got the problem. What is the solution? That is point 2, the discussion. We're discussing now a solution overview. How do you discuss now a solution overview? Right, this is what we do to discuss the solution overview, right? You look at the what, you look at the what part of it. What are you going to do to address this? Remember, in this concept document, I said it's activations, right? TB activations, TB check. I'll be promoting TB check, which is a self-screening tool that is happening in school, right? It's happening in societies, right? So now, as a TPE, I'm actually going to strengthen the TB check uptake, so that the learners can actually do the screening while they are at school through their phones and all that, because that program, it actually refers you to the clinic if you are showing to be a risk, in what we were screening for is concerned, which is TB. I'm making an example of TB because I'm currently doing a TB. Then the what? Element 2, the how. How are you going to do this? You detail there. How are you going to do this? Okay. This is how I'm going to implement this thing, right? So in my case, right, I had to identify the high burden districts in South Africa, okay? Because I can't do it in all 72 districts. So it's too much in 1 year. So I had to then prioritize the high burden. So which means I need to get a data, right? There must be a data that is telling me here as to, okay, these are the high burden districts in South Africa. How many are they? These are the numbers. Then I make my decision based on that, based on resources available as to, am I going to be able, to cover all of them? Sorry. When you talk, you get dry. Yeah. Then the question is now, the resources are available. Am I going to be able now to cover all this district? Yes or no? If no, which ones am I taking, or which ones am I not taking? That is the how. Still in how, what are the activities? What exactly that you're going to do? You package it. It's a paragraph on its own. You package it. This is what is happening and all that. So here, if it's an event, you're talking pre, during, and post activity. Activities that are going to happen pre. In most cases, we call those build-up activities. If you've got an event on a particular date, what are you going to do prior to that? Okay? Then on the day of the event, if you've got event like, for instance, a commemoration or an awareness kind of advocacy session and all that, this is what I'm going to be doing on the day. Then post the day, what are you going to be doing? Because there are activities that needs to still go on even if you have exited that school. So those are the types of things that you're looking at. Then 3, you're looking at who. Who are you going to work with? Are you going to do this alone? Or there are other people, departments, other government departments, NGO, development partners, UN agencies that are going to help you, right, to put together this program, academics and all that, because you can't do everything alone, right? Some expertise you don't have, some you have. So how are you going to source the expertise that you do not have? Where? I think I've touched on this one as to priority districts. In that district, which sub-district? In that sub-district, which schools? Where are you going to do this thing, right? You have to clarify that. Well, I'm going to do this there and there in district, is that district, and that is province and all that. You're going to be clarifying that as well. Then why? The objectives. Why in the sense that the objectives now, what are you aiming to achieve from this? You're going to outline the objectives now because of A, B, C, D. So you're going to outline all those things. Then it's when. When is this happening? Is it happening a once-off thing? Or is something that is happening? Like, for instance, my plan here, where I am now, it's a 3-year plan. It's a 3-year plan. So I'm going to implement this program for the next coming 3 years. I've started this year. So this year, there are activities that I'm going to do this year in these districts. Then in the next year, I'll be scaling up now to the new districts and supporting the old. Then in that year, I'll be scaling up now again to other districts and cover the whole country, because my responsibility is the whole country in as far as this program is concerned. Where? Then the last one, you look at the resources, availability of resources as to, okay, what the resources required and are they available or not? Then